Hello, Lori Michelle Moshiach with more information from Hashem, answers to questions you've never asked. We talk all the time, and today he wants me to share information about the 13 children of Yaakov, Jacob in English. Jacob had 13 children, 12 sons and one daughter, Dinah. And we've talked over the years, we've spoken about the 12 sons and Dinah and lots of stories. But today, I'm just going to give you a little bit of a taste test of the things that he shared with me. Some of it's in my book. Most of this is not even in my book. And if you haven't read it yet, it's time. Anyway, we'll start with Leah's 6 sons, because he says that's who I was. I was Mother Leah. And I have lots of information about the relationship between Leah and Yaakov and what it was really like, but that's for another day. So the first son was Reuven, and Reuven was Leah's firstborn, and it was his first incarnation here in the physical world. He had no previous lives before the life of Reuven. He was a female gender soul incarnate as a man. You might argue with that. Go ahead, argue. But it's what Hashem says, and if Hashem wants to change it, then Hashem will change it. Reuven later incarnated as Miriam, Moses' sister, and then later on incarnated as Hannah, the story of Hannah, who gave birth to the prophet Samuel, Shmuel. That's what Hashem says. And then later on after that, it was after, right? So I don't even check this stuff. So go ahead, check it. Source it. That's your job. You need something to do. Aren't you bored in lockdown? So later, Hannah incarnated again as a man. David, the brother of the Rambam, Maimonides. And he says it's true. And who am I to argue? So after, now, okay, where are they now? You're probably wondering. Reuven is incarnate right now in his true gender identity as a female, and is an Orthodox Jewish woman living in Israel. And that's Reuven. Number 2 on the list is Levi. Levi is a convert living in Israel right now. And Levi was not a new soul in that life. Levi was progeny of Adam and Hava, the first married couple. He was not one of their 12 sons that I mentioned in another video. He was a grandson. He says yes, a grandson. Simeon, that was his first incarnation, Simeon, the 3rd son of Leah, and he's an Orthodox Jewish man living in Israel. Simeon married his sister Dinah after the rape in the story in the Torah, and they are married right now. Simeon and Dinah are married. They're not brother and sister in this life, thank God, but they're married. So their love transcended all of these generations. Isn't this fun? Doesn't this bring the Torah to life for you? And I know these people, by the way. I'll get to that in a minute. Yehuda. Yehuda was the 4th son, and Yehuda later incarnated as King David. You want to argue? He said you won't argue about that one. He later incarnated as King David, and that was, Yehuda was his first incarnation. He was a brand new soul in that life as Leah and Yaakov's son, Leah's fourth son. And he's an Orthodox Jewish rabbi right now. I hope that's nothing serious. Issachar. Issachar's next on the list, is a secular Jewish man living in America. And Issachar was the reincarnation of Yitzchak and Shem, according to Hashem. I don't even know if the timeline works. I tried checking. I don't know how to source this stuff. Source it for me. Go ahead. Do something. Sorry, I couldn't resist. So that's Issachar. Yitzchak, Shem, Issachar. Is this correct? He just said, amen. And Issachar was one of Adam and Hava's sons. So Issachar, Yitzchak goes way back to the beginning of humanity. Zebulun, I mentioned him in a video yesterday, later incarnated as Shimon Bar Yochai. According to Hashem, I'm not arguing with it, and I stand to be corrected. He said, no, I don't. I'm just sharing. This is my job. I'm doing my job. So Shimon Bar Yochai and Zebulun are one and the same soul, according to Hashem, and Zebulun was one of Adam and Hava's sons also, Gam. I speak a little Hebrew. Next, is this too much levity for you? I don't know. I like having fun with the Torah, and I know these people. Actually, I didn't go there. Zebulun is a Hasidic rabbi who lives in Sfat right now. And I know who it is. So if you ever want to know, you'll read my book, engage me, and we'll come together and I'll start sharing who's who in Torah greats or not so great. There's that too, believe it or not. They believe it. Zebulun, God, Gad. I don't want to call him God. Gad. I don't really care for that name. Anyways, secular Jewish businessman from America. And this was his first incarnation. I have Dan next, even though that's not the birth order. It's the way I wrote it down. And Dan is my dad. Dan incarnated as Matisyahu, and my dad, in the words of Hashem, was Matisyahu. He just added, he's also told me, my dad was also Joshua from the Torah. Matisyahu and Joshua were one and the same soul. I'm not attached. I love my dad. He could just be my dad. So that was Dan, and he's not here. My dad died in 1985. Naphtali. Naphtali is an Orthodox Jewish rabbi living in Israel right now. And Naphtali was Abel, Chava and Adam's son, who was murdered by Cain. Later, Naphtali incarnated as Aaron, in the words of Hashem. And also Shmuel. Shmuel was also Naphtali, according to Hashem. Asher. Asher is a little Israeli boy and was the grandson of Adam and Hava through Seth. Don't ask me which one. I don't even know the sons of Seth. I haven't gone looking for that. But that's what he says. Asher was a son of Seth. You like this? Are you bored? Write it down. Rewatch it. I don't know. Source it. See if this makes sense, because spiritually, we are connected to those lives, and we're here to repair things that happened in previous lives, and we have karma. So this is very interesting, I hope. I hope you find this interesting. I do. So this next one is very interesting. Yosef. Yosef is not here right now. Yosef was here several years ago and passed away. And he passed away because Hashem says he is one and the same as Eliyahu Hanavi. Yosef is Eliyahu Hanavi. I don't know if that's in the Talmud or anywhere, but that's what Hashem says. And Yosef, Hashem has told me, was also from the story of Purim, Mordechai. Mordechai and Yosef were one and the same soul, according to Hashem. And Eliyahu Hanavi, who I have met before he passed away, was a son of Adam and Chava. So he was one of the 12 sons of Adam and Chava that I spoke about in a previous video I posted yesterday. Binyamin is an Israeli man, a father, and a Torah-observant Jewish man. And he also was a son of Adam and Chava. So he's a very old soul. And Dinah, that was her first incarnation. And as I mentioned before, she is married once again to Simeon. And thank God they're not brother and sister. So I think that's enough. I don't know how long this is running, and you're probably bored with me, maybe not. I hope you're not bored. I don't find this boring. This is the way I enjoy Torah, connecting the dots and putting a face on people from the Torah. I know these people. Just as an aside, 6 of these people that I just mentioned are blood relatives of mine. And when you know who these people are in this world, in this time, it makes so much sense. Our relationships take on a new tone, and we get to rise to the occasion. He just said, or fall. So this is for you. I hope you enjoyed it. There's so much more where that came from. I'll add one more thing. Manasseh and Ephraim are blood relatives of mine. You want more? Go online. The mother lode. I'm telling the truth. It's all from him. And, you know, Hashem does everything deliberately, obviously. Everything he does is deliberate. There's no extra words. There's no mistakes. Every single word of the Torah is precise and has purpose. And we screw it up. And we're here now in the end of days to get it right. And look around the world. We're imploding. On top of that, they just approved a Bible, a Christian Bible in Denmark that removed mention of Israel. They edited out Israel. So you think you're getting it right? Do you think they were right? We have to get it right. And I'm not attached. I think these stories are wonderful that Hashem shares with me, and it makes everything make sense. But I want to clean up the mess. That's the purpose. He tells me everything on purpose and on time, and he told me to share this with you. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you want more. It's time. Let's have fun cleaning up this horrible mess, which isn't fun, but coming together and bringing world peace now, it's more than fun. Pure ecstasy and joy, peace on earth now. God bless you. More to come.